that even mean? Jen, how many people does it take to make the bathroom smell?
Oh, one?
Just a few.
You and your toilet paper need to quit. Hey, everybody, welcome back to this episode of So Much JENergy. $150 meditation drum. It's been a week. It always cracks me up because on Zoom it'll say playing music and then like
meditation drum's weak.
All right, I'm Jenny McKinney. I'm here with my co-host,
Jef Jones. John, I know you wanted me to introduce myself. I would have had something better prepared for that. I just seen you pointing at me.
The TP lover over there. The TPer.
Oh. TP pew pew pew.
Phew, 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 phew. All right, Jeffy, you got any fun things that have happened this week? How's it going over in Lotto Club and stuff?
Lotto Club, Jen, we're still doing the Keno.
Okay.
We put in $50. Then we won total of 42. Then we put in another 50 last week, and we won 22. So we had 42 and then 22.
Okay.
So we're losing money. Yep, we're losing at a pretty steady rate there. So I know there's a few people in the Lotto Club that are feeling a little wishy-washy about it.
A little on the down.
Yep. We keep telling them, you got to stick in there. You got to stick in there. We're trying different things, different tactics.
Yeah.
We're still going with 7 numbers. We've stayed with 7 numbers, but I don't know if you're familiar with Club Keno, sometimes we add the kicker. Sometimes we've added the extra number, the extra balls. We haven't done the jack yet. It's ridiculous, but we're still working on that.
Okay. All right. I just feel like we're enablers, so it's okay. I'm working on my own situation with it.
Oh, nope. But besides that, went to the record stores this weekend, hit a couple record shops, took the kids to the skate park, things like that. A lot of that action going on. Played board games with my buddy, his girl. Yep. Good times. But besides that, I came across this list, Jen, of facts, just random facts.
Okay.
Actually, they're facts I've come across. I've just been screenshotting with my phone.
So these are like Jef Jones facts and finds from.
Anytime I come across something that I find interesting, I screenshot it. I don't know. It is what it is.
Okay.
But here's one. Do people who get goosebumps while listening to music have a special kind of mental condition that makes them extremely emotional to a certain kind of stimuli? The condition is known as frisson. Frisson, not frizz off.
Yeah.
Also, according to researchers, Monday mornings are so depressing that the average human doesn't even crack a smile until 11:24 a.m. on Monday mornings.
That's only if you were not Jenny McKinney.
Hopefully our average listener is hopefully smiling somewhere around 7:10, 7:11.
Yeah, I know.
I always smile around 7:11. Also, Friday increases the happiness in the whole world by 11%. Just because it's a Friday, the overall happiness in the world goes up 11%.
Dang. That's why in my mind, I tell myself it's the first Friday of the week. Like a Monday, it's just the first Friday of the week.
First Friday of the week, Jen. You should be 11% happier in your world.
I am.
Also, crocodiles do not die of old age because they do not age biologically. Instead, they die of either starvation or disease.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Also, if you bite it and you die, that's called poisonous. But if it bites you and you die, it's called venomous.
Oh.
Difference between poisonous and venomous.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Good to know.
Yep. The difference between herbs and spices. Herbs come from the leaf of a plant, while spices come from other parts such as the roots, bark, and the seeds.
Oh.
Herbs come from the leaf.
Okay. I got you.
Here's something I found crazy interesting. One of the greatest minds of humanity, Albert Einstein, believed that ghosts are real. He said that all the energy of the universe is constant, and since this energy cannot be destroyed, this can be transformed into new energy or the creation of ghosts.
Huh.
Because when you die, your energy has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Here's one. This is a crazy fact. In 1954, all right, A man arrived from Tokyo airport. He had a passport issued by a country named Tered. All right.
Okay.
Which did not exist. That was not a real country. He had a visa of all countries and said his count was 1,000 years old. Police locked him in a high secure room. And then just like that, he vanished out of a high secure room. He disappeared. Experts said that they believe that he has come from a parallel universe.
Whoa.
And if you look that up, just Google it. 1954 is when I punched in 1954 into my Google, Tered came up and I clicked on it. And that goes into a crazy story.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
hey, can we back up real quick just to your ghost mention? I just wanted to share that I I had a funny post on Friday because Josh and I were watching a paranormal show.
All right.
And they were using a spirit box. You familiar with that?
Yes, I am. Okay. Also known as the Frank's box.
Yes. So the show that we watch, plug headphones into it so that, and then they put a blindfold on. So it's almost like sensory deprivation so that they can only hear.
All right. Aren't they in the darkness anyways?
Okay. Anyways, Jef Jones rolling his eyes at me over here. So they were going to be doing an experiment of one using the Frank's box, the spirit box, and then the other one doing it at the same time, and they can't hear each other, right? They're just saying out loud what they're hearing, and they're like talking to each other. So they were mentioning the spirit box session, and I couldn't stop laughing because I told Josh, I was like, round one of spirit boxing, ding ding.
Round one goes to the spirit.
Your face right now looks exactly like how Josh's did. He was not enthused with that.
Come on.
Spirit boxing. Okay, I'm sorry. Welcome back. Yes, you almost went down a rabbit hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Laziness and inactivity kills just as many people as smoking.
Ooh.
Yep. There is a bra that's designed to break into 2 separate gas masks in case of emergency. Look at the picture here.
I don't know. Why is that so funny to me?
I don't know, but it's true.
Yeah.
Did you know that the word newspaper, do you know where that came from?
Mm-mm.
It stands for North, East, West, South, past and present everyday reports.
I think I did know that. Only
newspaper.
Yeah.
North, East, West, South, past and present everyday reports.
Yeah.
Yep. I did not know that what newspaper stood for. According to Japanese legend, when you can't sleep at night, it's because you are awake in someone's dreams.
Ooh, we talked about that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
In the 1950s, people laughed an average of 18 minutes a day. Currently, we laugh an average of 4.6 minutes a day.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Not me.
And, well,
I'm on the high end. I'm holding everybody. I'm at like 6,000 minutes. Everyone else is at like 0, so it's got to even out. You know what I mean?
I hear you there. All right. In ancient times, if you are sick, blowing tobacco enemas up your ass used to cure patients. That's where the term blowing smoke up your ass came from. I'm not even making that up, Jen. That's a fact.
I know, but you're like dead serious about it, and I cannot stop. Okay.
It takes 17 muscles to smile and 43 muscles to frown.
Well, you better start working those other muscles.
Yep. This is weird, Jen. Can you see what's this? I got ginger ale.
Okay.
Verner's ginger ale is the oldest soda still being sold. It was created by Detroit pharmacist James Vernon in 1866 as medicine.
Yes. That's why when we moved on it, when we moved to Tennessee, we converted everybody, and they're like, my throat hurts. I'm like, you better get some Verner's.
Better get some clear liquids. Yep.
Yeah.
Talking to your mother has the same effect as a hug and can help reduce stress levels. The sound of her voice releases oxytocin and is a great stress reliever.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Yep. Also, giving birth is the second most painful thing a human can experience, the first being burned alive.
Wow. That's terrible.
This is interesting. Nearly
That's why
one.
girls do it.
Oh, what the hey? Nearly 1/3 of divorces are because of Facebook,
Oh, snap.
chat, and Facebook. Most of us are familiar with the three monkeys. That means see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
Yeah.
There's a fourth one that symbolizes the principle of do no evil.
Oh.
Yep. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, do no evil.
Oh. How is
40,
that represented? Like a thumbs down?
Nope. Let me show you this picture.
Cross?
Here. It looks like a monkey with his hands hanging. See him right there?
Yeah, it's a little blurry.
Let me back that up.
Okay.
So this guy, this guy right here on the
Okay.
end. It almost looks like he's holding his junk, but I think his hands are just hanging straight down.
Okay. Like, don't do anything. Just sit still. That's what it looks like. Okay.
40% of couples who got together in 2017 met online.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Did you know pouring water on your head cools you down more effectively than drinking it?
Oh, no, I did not.
Yep. Cools you
know.
down. Doesn't say it hydrates you, but it cools you down.
Yeah.
Sticking your fingers in your ears for a few seconds will instantly get rid of hiccups. That does work. I had a teacher in elementary school have us do that, and it worked, and I've done that ever since.
Are you serious?
Yep. She used to have us put our fingers in our ears. You had to go to the water fountain with somebody, and they had to hold the water fountain button while you put your fingers in your ears. And we were told just to take a few drinks. I've still done that till today. I'll turn on the kitchen sink, put my fingers in my ears, drink under the faucet that way. Is what it is.
But you put both fingers at the same time, like both fingers in your ears at the same time to like create like that pressure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And the last one I have, Jen, during the Civil War, both the Union and Confederate armies built prisons that included deadlines. It's a line drawn just inside the wall or the stockade, and any prisoner fool enough to step across the line would be shot. And that's how we got the term deadline.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, some deadlines do kill people now. You know what I mean? Because they're all stressed out trying to make them.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. Sometimes don't cross that line.
Don't. Woo.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep, just some random facts I found.
Thanks for saving those.
Now I can get rid of them off my phone. Thank you.
Yes, I was going to say that. Like, you can create some space for some other information later. All right, Jeffy, you want to take a quick commercial break and we'll come back and talk about learning styles?
Sure can.
Okay.
Break.
Take a break.
All right.
I don't know what commercial we'll put in here, but we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out. And we're back. We are back. All right. Back. So last week I provided a link from the last podcast. I mentioned that we were going to talk about learning styles this week.
Yep.
I put a link on our website. It's on the somuchjenergy.com/free page. It's going to be the second free item down on that page. There's a learning assessment in there. And the reason I want to talk about this is because there are 4 different types of learning styles that we can be, how we take information in. Okay.
Right. We have the ability to use all of them, but we prefer 1, maybe 2 styles.
Yeah. We have a dominant and then like maybe 2 dominant traits and styles that we prefer. How do we take information in? And the reason I want to share it is because I feel like if somebody's having a lack of communication out there, you don't even think about somebody else's learning style in that miscommunication, right?
Right.
And so there's an assessment. I don't want to call it test because people freak out with the word test. So there's an assessment to figure out your learning style, and then there's more information. So what I want to do now is go over the more information. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen because some of those people are visual and we'll see it here in the video. And if you're audio, just listening to it, I'm going to explain, I'm going to walk through the sheets that we're going through. And before the before the podcast, Jef Jones took the assessment, and I'm not going to give the results until after we talk about all 4 types of the learning styles. Okay.
Yep. I want to tell
And
you which one I think I am when we get to it.
okay.
And then you can tell me how I did on the test.
Okay, cool. Let me screen share here, and I'm going to share, and then let me find my document. Okay, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to, oops, let me do view. Please hold. How do I get into a slide? What's happening here?
Can't you just click on them on the left there?
Do you
Like,
only
click the
see
next one
learning
down.
styles, or do you see everything on the left?
I see everything. I see your whole screen. I can see what time it is. It's 7:07 there.
Okay.
I can see all your windows you got open at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me.
Adopt a
Oh,
turtle.
slideshow. Okay. What? No, I don't. Not now.
Not now, lady.
Not now. Get out of here with that. I want this to slide. Hang on.
There's Slide Master.
Yeah, but I
right
think
there.
that's the. No, that's the. Oh, shooshy. Oh, no. Hang on.
Go back up to.
Okay,
There you go.
here we go. Here we go. Okay. So the different learning styles, I'm just going to provide some information, then we're going to talk about each type, and then I'm going to give you some different statistics and information on those learning styles. So the reason is the style that we have is how we take information in, and it's differently processed in the brain. Okay. And so the like Jef Jones said, we have the ability to use all. We just prefer 1 to 2 styles, and it's also like if just like exercising or a muscle, right? So if you feel like you're well, let me tell you what 4 styles we have. There's visual, so you take information in through your eyes. There's auditory, which is tonal, and you're taking information in through your ears. Kinesthetic, so you're going to want to feel it, touch it, and then have an experience. And audio digital, which is processing information, facts and figures. Okay, so in visual, so the visual learner is going to take, like I said, all the information in through their eyes, and you take it in by seeing, right? These types of learners talk fast, they dress nice, they're going to sit at the front of a room. So when you were assigned seats in school, if you were a visual learner, but you're in the back, you would have had a hard time staying, like paying attention, because you were so far back. And the type of learner you are, you needed to be in the front. Appearances are important. Oh, also, if you sit at the front of the room, it's good to know, because if you are like hosting a class, hosting a presentation, or kind of giving a talk, or just in a room, you will know that the first few rows are going to be visual learners. So you'll be able to tell what type of learner you have just being in that room with them. Appearances are important. They're going to buy designer brands, and it's going to be 40% of the population. So Jef Jones, do you know what the way that school is set up, like the classroom? Do you know what type of learner the classroom, like a normal school classroom, is set up for?
I would have to say the visual.
It's actually auditory, because the instructor's just up there talking. Yeah. So when school was like, when the classrooms were initially set up, that's how it was, just auditory. They're just going to talk at you and expect you to learn it.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
So visual predicates are going to be some of the words and the phrases that are used by a visual person. So you'll be able to pick up, let's say this is your child or yourself. You may find that you use these words or some of these phrases. So it'll say, I see, oh, look, appear, reveal, illusion, imagine. Some phrases might be appears to me, clear cut. And it's going to be all visually representation, right?
Right.
see to it, sight for sore eyes. It's going to be all visually related. Okay. So I can tell you, just being in customer service, I watch in people's emails and their chats and their, I listen in their phone calls to the words that they're using, and I can tell what type of learner they are so that I know what type of resource they're going to need.
Right.
Okay.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. Auditory. So if you take information in through your ears, oh, I'm sorry, let me back up one step too. So if you're a visual learner, when you go to purchase a car, you're going to buy a car just based on how it feels. I mean, how it looks. I'm sorry, just how it looks. So most visual learners are going to be a two-door purchaser or a sports car purchaser. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Auditory is going to be tonal. So you're going to take the bulk of information in through your ears. You're going to pick up on tone and intonation. So if, let's say, somebody says, hey, you are being real sassy right now, but really you weren't, it's because they heard a tone and they may be an auditory learner. Okay, so that's how they're just taking in their information. Music is very important to these this type of learner or processor, and they're likely to have the best headphones and stereo system. They're going to sit where the sound is the best, and they're going to have a melodical tone when speaking. The auditory people will also sit based on where the sound is the best in the room. So if a speaker is going to be too close and it's too loud, they're going to sit in the back. If they feel like they can't hear, they're going to move up. If they feel like the sound is going to be unbalanced, so they're mostly sitting in the middle of the room.
Okay.
This person will also be the type of people that have, a $500 car with a $2,000 stereo system. Okay, we know a few of those people.
Right. That's a learning problem.
Well, that's just how you take information in. So yes, that's how yes, it's a representational system. So this type, the auditory person, is going to use words like hear, listen, sound, make music, silence, deaf. They're going to use phrases such as loud and clear, blabbermouth, clear as a bell. So it's going to be sound related.
Right.
Okay. Then kinesthetic. So kinesthetic is going to take in information through feeling and an experience. They will feel the emotions behind the words. A lot of people be like, oh, you're so sensitive, but that's actually somebody's learning style. They're actually taking in that sensitivity from how the words are coming across to them. They need to do or feel that. So, it's, if somebody's kinesthetic and let's say, they're in the back of the room and they're in a class and they feel like the teacher's mad at them, and then they can't see what's going on, they can't feel it, they're not doing it, they're not going to learn what the instructor or the teacher is going to be showing them.
Right.
They speak slowly and they need time to process information. So a lot of times, when people, I've heard different conversations where, somebody will say, I've told that person 3 times and they don't say anything. Like, can you even hear me? But the thing is, they're probably processing that information. And so really, like, a kinesthetic literally has to take the information in, it goes throughout their body, and then it gives them, then they can respond. So they physically need that time to process. They dress for comfort. They're going to sit in the most comfortable seat, and it's 40% of the population. Just going back to auditory is 10% of the population. So when we were talking about how school was set up for auditory learners, that was only for 10% of the population.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So 1 out of 10 kids is only getting information. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with kinesthetic being 40%, if you're visual or kinesthetic, you are like 80% of the population and 80% of your class.
Yep.
That does that. Also, the kinesthetic, when buying a car, is going to buy it for comfort. So there are a lot of like the minivan drivers, the 4-door drivers. They want it to be comfortable.
Right.
The seat is comfortable. Different words that they're going to use would be feel, touch, grasp, get a hold of. They'll use phrases like chip off the old block, get in touch with, keep your shirt on. So it's going to be like physical, like touching, feeling, and an experience.
Right. Get a load of this.
Yeah, get a load of this. Too much of a hassle. Topsy-turvy. Hothead. Okay, audio digital. Now, the audio digital learner takes information in that is logical, it's intellectual, they want facts and figures. So when I'm doing a class, I put facts and figures at the very beginning of the class to keep the audio digital people involved,
engaged,
ready to learn. Yes. And so they need all the details and numbers. Okay, they're going to speak in monotone. They replicate facts quickly and easily. So they're like the memorizers, kind of like Rain Man, right?
Yep.
They talk to themselves and they memorize steps and procedures easily. Now, if an audio digital person, and they're 10% of the population. If an audio digital person goes to buy a car, they've actually already researched everything about the car and they're going to test the salesperson. Okay. So when they go to buy the car, if the salesperson lies to them, they won't buy the car from them because they already know they know the safety information, the stats on the car, the price it should be, everything. And if the person lies, they won't buy it from them.
Right.
Okay. So some phrases and words that they use are going to be like sense, experience, think, process, perceive, calculate, describe in detail.
Word for word.
Word for word. Yes. All right, Jeffy. So with those 4 types, knowing that information, okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Okay. All right. 1 second. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop screen share. There we go. What type of learner do you feel like you are?
Well, Jen, for a second there, I almost felt that I was going to be audio digital, but I think I am kinesthetic.
Really? You are severely high AD, audio digital. Severely high.
Well, I all right, I could see that as well.
Yes. High AD with your second one is K for kinesthetic. So you love information and then you want to process it.
Yep.
So, and it also depends on the situation, right? You know, you're going to be different in a work environment than at home.
Yes.
You know, so like if the kids are talking to you and you need a minute to process information, or if you're saying like, well, how much does that cost? Well, how long is it going to take? Or, you know, you need that information. It's because of how you take information in.
That makes sense. I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're a number lover. I know that. But this helps out a lot. I just sent this out to our team because I want to put some training resources together and I want to know how does my team learn?
Right.
You know, I don't want to make a presentation, a visual presentation when nobody's visual.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you think about it, so if you have so let's say you have a visual who talks fast and then you have kinesthetic who takes a longer time to process information.
Processing it. And
yeah. You know, you really want to assess the situation, like give the kinesthetics a little more time. If the visual person's coming at you at 100 miles an hour, just, you know, let them know that you just need them to slow down.
Right.
Or if the auditory person thinks you have an attitude, let them know that you don't feel like you have an attitude. You know, and you can apologize for the sound of how it came across, because if they're auditory, they're going to feel like you have an attitude.
Yep. Coming off kind of harsh. Coming
out kind of rude. Yeah. Remember that when like people are like, well, what's your problem? You're like, what are you talking about? Like, that wasn't even anything of what was happening. Yeah. Any questions on the learning styles there?
I don't believe so.
No? Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, if anyone does have any questions, I mean, I'm
Where
not.
can they find that? Where can they find the test and the information again?
Yeah, it's on the website, somuchjenergy.com/free. There's some other free resources in there too. This will be the second one down. You can download the assessment and all the screenshots that I just shared on the video. So if you are visual or you are kinesthetic and you want to see it, feel it. But I did share this with other people and they're going to give this to their kids,
Nice.
like some of the questions on there, like one of the questions is like when I'm setting up a house, obviously you wouldn't say that to them, like, like ask them if you're setting up your room,
Right.
or like your classroom, just you can make it age appropriate. It's fine.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Or like my ideal car, like they probably don't have a car. So what do they have? A bike, a scooter? You know what I mean? Like you can.
Heelys.
Right. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that this week because my goal is to help people communicate better and understand people more, right?
Right.
Like if we're going to release judgment, we just have to understand where somebody else we don't all learn how we learn,
Right.
So it's funny because I'm kinesthetic and visual. So I talk fast, but I need a minute to like process.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also,
I
most
understand.
kinesthetic people are intuitive because they take the information in and feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
See how it makes them feel. And that's what they base a lot on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sensitive. So if you have a sensitive child, they may not just be sensitive, they're probably kinesthetic.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Woo. All right. Good times. Jeffy, you got some pep in your step.
Jen, you know I do.
Okay.
My pep in my step is a show that I've been watching. I've been watching this show for too long. And when I got into the show, I thought it had one season.
Okay.
I have since found out that there is 5.
Oh, hell.
And it's long. Like I've been watching this show for probably, it's why I haven't started Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And I haven't been watching much else except it's Money Heist.
Oh, you mentioned it to me
it's
before.
Called Casa de Papel, which is it. It's a foreign TV show, but it's dubbed Casa de Papel.
Yeah.
And but it's dubbed over.
My mind was like Pepe Le Pew.
It's dubbed over with English voices, but it's done really well.
Yeah.
And like the English voices, the people that are recording, they had to have gone and pretty much made this whole TV show because the voices and the emotion and everything lines up spot on. Like when you see these people, that looks like what they probably sound like.
Yeah.
And the whole show takes place. It's about a heist where they break into the Bank of Spain.
Okay.
And there's a big standoff, goes on for days. That's like it's not even in seasons, it's in parts.
Yeah.
I think that's like the first few parts. And then after that, because you're thinking like, well, it's called Money Heist and they got out or they get out. Some do, some don't.
Yeah.
But like, how can it go on from there? But it's so good. It goes on from there.
Dang.
And it's so good. I'm still engaged in it. I'm not sure if they're still making them. I haven't got to the end. Usually if I get to the end of a show or I get caught up to where it's at, I start looking up and see like, is this still on? Did it just end like that? Things like that. But nope. So I haven't, not even near the end of this show yet. It's called Money Heist on Netflix.
And so good. I remember you telling me about those voices before.
It is. It's so good.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
Yep, so that's been putting pep in my step.
Cool. We haven't watched movies in a while. I mean, we've been watching like series. Well, we found this on Netflix. Come to find out, it was a 7-episode series. Season 1, I guess. But it's something, I don't know. It's the longest title I've ever seen in my life. It's like the girl across the street from the girl in the window. It's got like Kristen Bell in it. And she's in this neighborhood and she's like drunk and she's watching people out the window all the time. And it's just like, the episodes are only like 20 minutes long.
Oh.
I was like, why didn't they make it into a movie? That would have been 140 minutes. But like, I don't know.
It would make
sense.
Pretty
good. You want to talk about holy cow? didn't see it coming. There's only been a few times where I've been like blown away at the end because like a lot of times it's just obvious.
Right.
Or most of the time this sucks, but like we'll be watching a movie and Josh will totally pick out like who did it or whatever, and I'm like, I didn't even see that coming.
I know. And then he's
But then
right, and you're
somebody
like,
picked it,
dang
and I'm
it.
like, But this one, mind blown. No, you don't even know what's happening.
What's
at
it
the
called?
end.
The girl on the street across the window from the girl staring at the bird.
Yes.
What was it?
Yeah. Don't be mad at the cousin of your brother's sister's friends. No, it's in like the girl in the window. No, the girl across the street from the girl in the window.
The girl across the street from the girl in the window. Okay.
Yeah. With Kristen Bell. So good. It's like a thriller.
All right.
Yeah, so good. She's so cute. I love her.
Nice.
Yeah. And then last night we watched a movie called Kate.
Like Kate.
Yeah. And it's based out of Tokyo. It's almost like one of the reviews said it's John Wick plus Crank. Like, yeah. So good. Do you remember Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah. My kids are huge Scott Pilgrim fans.
Ramona Flowers
read all the books and everything. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And she is badass.
Nice.
I mean, like, wow.
Check that out.
It was so great. So good. Really good. Woody Harrelson's in it too.
Oh, good deal.
God, just so great. It's kind of like got a Zombieland kind of vibe, but it's not zombies. But yeah. Yeah.
Nice. I'll definitely
so
give that
good.
a go.
Yeah. Check it out. Yep.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just Kate.
Perfect.
Starts off action right from the beginning.
Right. No, I'll give that a run.
Yeah. Give it a check out.
Will do.
All right. And
Jen, I also want to remind people to go to somuchjenergy.com. Check out the membership, sponsor plus page.
Yes.
Hop on it now before the second episode of So Much Jeff and Iran comes out.
Yes. Or if you have some feedback for this So Much Jeff and Iran, let us know. Ron Jones wants your questions. Believe us. He's like, does anyone have any questions? I was like, we're going to have to make some up in a minute. All right, everybody. Well, we'll see you again next week. Have an awesome night.
Have a good one.
Okay.